Happy Easter, YouTube. It's me, Shay of athickgirlscloset.com, and welcome back to my channel. As always, love having you guys here. It is Sunday, and it is Easter Sunday, or Resurrection Sunday. So I hope you all are enjoying your Easter, your Resurrection Sunday. I hope that if you went to service this morning, I hope it was a blessing to you. If you just having a regular old Sunday, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. But it is time for another Ask Shay video here on my channel. So I'm not going to do too much talking here. We're going to go ahead and hop on in to this letter. Hey, Shay. I'm 28 years old and my fiance and I are in the middle of planning our wedding. We've been together for 5 years and I cannot wait to be his wife. I've had other boyfriends in the past, but my fiance has gone above and beyond. He has been down for me since the very, very beginning. I've been a plus-size girl all my life, but I lost my mother when I was 22 and put on close to 100 pounds. I struggled not only with grieving for my mother, but depression from the weight gain. It all collided at once. Although we weren't dating at the time, he stuck with me through it all. All of the doctor visits, my doctor visits, therapy visits, everything. I haven't lost much of the weight, but he's still by my side. In the times that I do want to go to the gym, he is right there with me. But all this time, he's never made me feel like I was a pity project. Good for him. Good for him. I know I should be enjoying this planning process, but the problem is my future mother-in-law does not like me. Ooh, child. She never has. She's the only one that never liked me and never wanted to get to know me. And I think she's beginning to poison everyone else. My future father-in-law has no problems with me. All of my fiance's older sisters like me. They have no problems with me. And he has no brothers. His mother never expressed dislike to my face directly, but I've heard the comments when I walk away. I've overheard her say to my fiance that he's settling and that he can do better. Oh, no, ma'am. And that he can even have a prettier girl. Stop. Ooh. I don't know if he agrees with his mother, but I can't help but wonder. He tells me that he loves me and that he's not settling. I'm so bothered that we have to go. I'm so bothered when we have to go to his parents' place for dinner or for something because I feel like he's dragging me along just to spite me, knowing that I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to call off this wedding, but I don't want to live my life with this type of drama forever. He can be, how can I be happy when my fiance or soon to be husband's own mother doesn't even accept me? Need help, please. One of the reasons why I really wanted to do your particular letter is because what you're going through is very common for a lot of women, not just plus size women. Most future mother-in-laws are not gonna like you. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. This is kind of how it's gonna go. Especially you got her baby and her only boy. She not gonna like you regardless. You could be Halle Berry with all the money in the world, with the best body in the world, best face in the world, best head on your shoulders, everything under the sun. You will never be enough for her only boy and her baby at that. Like, you just gonna lose all the way around. That's just how it's gonna go. Like, I know this is supposed to be serious, but let's just be real. How many of y'all out there honestly have had issues with their mother-in-law? Especially if she has a son, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. She always gonna find something wrong with you. She gonna accept you eventually, but she always gonna find something wrong with you. That type of grain of salt. Grain of salt, especially if his father has accepted you. His sisters, who are also hard to get to, older sisters, are not easy to get to, and if they have accepted you already, then the mother, I know you want her love, you want her acceptance, I understand that, but if she has a problem with you for whatever reason and she has not given you a particular reason, then you need not worry about that, because here's the reality: you don't go home to his mother. Okay, you are not sleeping with his mother. You don't cook, clean, work for, wash for, support, hug, love on, be with, travel. You do not do anything for his mother. You are with her son. Period. Period. So, however she feels about you should not dictate if you go into the relationship, especially if she's just being petty, because I feel like she's being petty. Because if it was the entire family, then it would be a different conversation. It's just the mother being petty. Now, if it was the sisters, the dad, the aunt, the grandma, the cousins, and everybody had a problem, then it would be a time to sit down and say, wait, okay, let me think about this. Because if every time I come to a family function, I have to do it all y'all don't like me, that's a problem. the mother, I think you need to have a conversation with your fiance and have him have a conversation with his mother, because I feel like it is bothering you. It is clear. I don't know how much you have expressed your problem to him, because if you don't know there's a problem, he can't address his mother and accordingly. Like, to him, he thinks everything's okay. If you have not said anything to him about this and let him know, like, listen, I know she has a problem with me. She's being disrespectful on such and such level. He needs to address her. That is his mother. Let him address it accordingly. Now, if you talk about it and he just blows it off like, oh, you're being paranoid, or he doesn't address his mother, then that's a different conversation y'all gonna have altogether. I do not think that you should call off this wedding. That is, to me, that's not the best idea. One, because you speak of him in such high regard in terms of he was down for you when y'all wasn't even dating. When you was going through it, one of the worst times to lose a mother, one at any age is hard, but especially when you're young, to lose a mother, to go through the grieving process, and obviously the depression came as a part of the grieving process. He was still there for you, like he was still rocking with you. He didn't walk away from you, even with the weight gain. He loved you obviously prior to how you looked. The weight gain to him to make a difference. He was like, listen, I'm down for you for whatever. And that type of person in your life who has proven to you time and time again that I am down for you regardless of anything. Don't call off that way, and girl, you crazy? In terms of you feel like he's being spiteful when he brings you to his parents' house, that lets me know that obviously you have not spoken to him about this. I think you have your feelings kind of way, and you don't know why he's continuing to do things that you don't like, but you clearly have not spoken to him about things that you don't like. So that's a conversation you need to have with him. I don't think he's being spiteful. I honestly don't think he's being spiteful. If there is a problem, if there is a known problem, and he knows his mother does not like you, I feel like it's his way of saying, Ma, I don't care if you don't like her. This is going to be my wife. And him bringing you around is not to make you feel uncomfortable. It's to let them know, like, this is happening. This is gonna be the rest of my life. So deal with her, deal with me, and we're gonna keep it moving. Like, I know some people may not necessarily agree with me with that, but I feel like him not parading you around, but him bringing you out and making sure that you are on his arm around his family, that's, for a lot of young men, that's a huge process. It's huge, because it's like, listen, this is who's going to be my wife and possibly the mother of my children. You are going to respect her. Every time I come to a family function, she'll be with me. This is letting y'all know, if y'all got a problem now, you need to say something now. Like, basically kind of like, and that's the way I interpret it. I mean, I could be wrong, but for me, all this comes back to you having this conversation with him. You need to sit down with him and tell him what's up. Because if you not talking to him, he's not gonna know to go talk to his mother. Like, I think it's not something you should do. I think you going to his mother is, one, going to cause a lot of problems, because she really don't like you. So you come at her on a defensive tip, she really automatically gonna be like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Yeah, you're not coming over here and talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? So you approaching her, especially when you are in your feelings. I think you being in your feelings and approaching her will be problematic. Okay, I think you need to sit down with your fiance and tell him what you are feeling and what you know is going on. You cannot expect him to fix a problem that he doesn't know that exists. You know, you need to let him know that you've overheard his mother say to him that he's settling. You need to tell him that you've overheard his mother say to him, oh, you can find somebody prettier. Like, you need to express these things to him, and also you don't know what he could have said to her in regards to a response to that. You don't know if he's had this conversation with his mother. You don't know if so some things need to be, it's communication on the table that's not being had. You need to talk to your fiance, your soon to be husband, because the reality is, this woman, until the day she die, she gonna be around. But you need to be comfortable in knowing that your husband has your back, and you not talking to him is not allowing him to prove that on a certain level, because to you it's like, oh, he's just being spiteful. He knows I don't like her. Does he really know she don't like her? Does he honestly know? Now, he could be, men are oblivious. They don't know certain things, and they could be dumb sometimes. Sometimes you got to hold their hand through certain things and explain certain things to them. But your mother-in-law, or soon-to-be mother-in-law, all of that, I honestly would not worry about her. Truthfully, I would not allow her to bother you. You shouldn't. You really shouldn't, because at the end of the day, I don't care. Like I said, I don't care who comes in her son's life. She ain't never gonna like him. Like, it just is what it is. The same way how sometimes it don't matter how well you treat a girl, her father ain't never gonna like you. He'll accept you. He ain't never gonna like you. Especially if it's the oldest and his first. Oh, they don't like you. So I feel like his mom is just being petty. She's a mom that's being a mom and trying to keep her mom status going. And you need to let him, and clearly he's proving to you that he's ready to leave to cleave. Okay, I don't know if you're spiritual, I don't know if anybody out there else is spiritual, but the Bible talks about when a man finds a wife, finds a good thing, and he leaves his mother, he leaves his home family to start a life with his wife. He's leaving the family to start a life with you. Okay, and if he is adamant about doing that, you need to let him talk to his mother and have this conversation with her. Like, listen, Ma, hold up. Especially if he loves you the way that you say that he loves you. You also said in your letter that you feel like she's poisoning everybody else. And I question, are they showing you those signs? Like, are they being rude and nasty or saying certain things about you behind your back, whatever? Has their demeanor towards you changed? If they haven't, then I think you're jumping to too many conclusions just because you're in beef with the mother. If the sisters have not shown you any disrespect, they have continued to treat you the same way over these past 5 years, then I think you're just you're overreaching a little bit. You're reaching for them stars just a little bit, you know. But this barrier you have, I know a lot of us women be like, you want to go up to the mom, like, listen, you got a problem, talk about it. But that's not your place. That is your fiance's place to have that conversation with his mother and let that have open dialogue. If it feels more comfortable to you, all three of them need to have a sit down. Y'all either go a neutral territory, not her house, not your house. Y'all go to a neutral territory and y'all have a conversation. Open up to her about how she makes you feel. Let her tell you how she feels, and you just have to take it. In the same way how with her, open up to her and she got to take it. I would not call off this wedding. I would go, if anything, I would go full force with this wedding and make your place known to her that you are going to be his wife. You are proud to be his wife, and that he is proud to have you as his wife, because that you ain't going nowhere. Letting her know, I'm going nowhere. Y'all been together 5 years already. Let her know that this only beginning. We got more time. So either you learn to love me now, or we just always going to be on the outs. And you have to be okay with potentially being on the outs with your mother-in-law. If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? I don't believe in bringing in drama into a relationship, but that's her problem. Her problem's with you. Let her have her problem. But you know that you have a husband that you're going to love, that you have a home you need to keep, that you have a life you need to build with him. And let him deal with his mother. And sometimes you gotta be okay with that. Sometimes you gotta be okay with that. Not be disrespectful. Don't be rude. Because you would not want, if the tables were turned, you wouldn't want him being rude to your mother or rude to your father, whoever else is in your family. So don't be rude. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be nasty. Be the bigger person. Be like, listen, you can have all your feelings all you want, but I'm here. I'm here. But leave her over there. Let her raise her blood pressure. Kill him with kindness. And that is the hardest thing to do, because let me tell you, I've tried it. Killing with kindness is not easy to do. But when you come to the house, you continue to say hello to her. You continue to be cordial. Let her be mad. Let her run up her blood pressure and get more grays in her head. Leave her over there being angry. And let the rest of y'all go on about your business. Because if you're marrying into this family, you're going to have to deal with her. Either way. You have no way around it. Especially that's like... You picked of all men in the world, you pick her baby and her only boy. Huh? Girl. You picked the baby and the only boy. Just say, come on now. You know you wasn't going to win that battle either way. You wasn't going to win that battle at all. Like, it just wasn't going to happen. But I mean, I say don't call off the wedding. Go full force with the wedding. Sit down with your fiance, talk to him and tell you how you feel, and have him talk to his mother. Let him know if y'all want to have a conversation with her together, all three of you need to sit down and have a conversation and air out whatever grievances, problems, issues, ups and downs, the hates and loves you are having with each other, and lay it out. Lay it out. Let her know that you don't have an issue with her. You just don't understand why she got an issue with you. Lay it out. And whatever is said and done, leave it. And this is something that a friend of mine, a frat brother of mine told me. He said, you know, kind of the idea of is like, listen, I'm going to ask a question, or I'm going to say some certain things. I'm going to leave it out here on the table. Whatever you say, feel, and think, I'll regard as truth and will never speak of it again. And the way I interpret that is, listen, I'm going to say how I feel. I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to allow you to say how you feel. We may not necessarily agree, but I'm going to hold it as truth, and we're going to move on. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Regard it as truth. Take our feelings into consideration. Move on. Be healthy for yourself. We're not talking physically healthy. We're talking mental health, emotional health. Because now you done laid it out. You said, okay, I'm done. Wash your hands of it. Move on with your fiance. And every time you see her, like I said, be cordial. Be nice. You ain't got to get angry. You ain't got to yell. You ain't got to be over the top. Let her do that. So there you go, have it, loves. It was a short one this week. It is Easter, so I don't want to keep y'all too dang on long. But please let me know what you think about the. If you have any advice for this young lady in the comment section below. Do you guys have problems with your mother-in-law? Your mother-in-laws? Please let me know. Or anybody of your in-law side. Let me know if y'all have problems. I personally, it's actually unfortunate that I will not have a mother-in-law to deal with. So I can't express anything on that nature. But if you have a problem, if you have a problem with mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, cousin-in-law, grandparents-in-law, aunt, uncle-in-law, go ahead and put it in the description box below. Let's hear your stories. If you have any advice for her, y'all know the deal. If you like videos like this, thumbs it up. I'm Shay of athickgirlscloset.com. As always, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Deuces, guys.